Welcome to Kumar Consulting. Guys, with the help of this video tutorial, you guys will be able to learn about SAP, and in SAP also a particular module called FICO. So guys, this is the first session. I'll tell you guys, first session is very important session, and here what I have observed, like multiple video tutorials are available on multiple different platforms. But if you watch the first session itself is quite confusing and you are not able to understand lots of things. So what about the remaining sessions? I'll tell you guys one more thing here. In SAP, each and every topics are closely and tightly associated with each other. So if there is a problem to understand the first topic, what about the remaining? Of course, the same will continue for other sessions also. So now, without making any delay, let me start my explanations. So let me begin with the introduction, guys, here. Because since you guys are going to learn, let's suppose we are going to learn about SAP. So the first question which comes in our mind, in the sense in your mind, is what is SAP? So here is the answer, guys, and I think the same answers might be there in your mind also. Look at here: systems, applications, and product in data processing. But is this a correct answer? Is this a perfect answer, guys? So if you are going to ask me, I will say no, this is not the correct answer. Why? Because this is just a full form. This is just the full form of SAP, right? So now here, what is the correct answer, guys? What is SAP? The question is still remain, and here is the answer. The answer is it's an ERP. It's an ERP. But again, there is a problem. Now the next question which comes in your mind is, so what is ERP then? Because if you don't know ERP, it means again you are not able to understand about this SAP. So now what is this ERP, guys? The answer of this question is hidden in the full form of this ERP itself. So I'll just do one thing. Now let me decode here. So look at here, ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. Enterprise means what? We all know enterprise is nothing but an organization. And if you talk about the resources, what are the resources required to run a particular organization? So look at here, already I have listed out here: man, money, machines, materials, etc. Right? So these are the resources which is required to run a particular organizations. And planning about what? Planning about the effective utilizations, right? Effective utilizations of what? Resources. So now here, if you talk about the planning, it is called like optimizations of effective utilizations of these resources, guys. Now if you talk about the definitions, look at here, the definition is quite simple. If you talk about ERP is nothing but a software, or it's a tool which helps an organizations to do effective and optimum utilization of its resources. Right? What are the resources? Man, money, machines, etc. Now I'll just quote a very simple example so that you guys will be having perfect understanding about the definitions whatever I quoted here. Now take example of any organizations. Here I have quoted example of Tata Motor. Instead of Tata Motor, you can take even example of other organizations as well. Now say for example, Tata Motor is having like several departments, out of which few I have quoted here: sales department, purchase department, accounts and finance department, human resource department. Now so take example of any department. Say for example, like I have taken example of sales department, right? How many total number of employees are there in sales department? Just assume that 50 employees are there in sales department. And let's suppose Tata Motor is not using any ERP right now. So if they are not using any ERP right now, then how the things are going on, guys, in Tata Motor? So still they are maintaining the registers only, in the sense physical registers they are going to maintain. Sales related transactions are going to be recorded in sales registers. Purchase related transactions are going to be recorded in purchase registers. Likewise, they'll be having petty cash registers, and multiple other registers will be available, and they used to handle each and every transactions manually. They are not using any ERP, just assume. Okay, so if they are not using any ERP and manually all the transactions are going to be handled by Tata Motor, and that too I'm talking about sales department people. So how many total number of employees are there, guys? Total number of employees are 50. Out of 50 employee, 25 people involved in day-to-day transaction posting and remaining 25 involved in report preparations. I'll tell you guys, report preparations are also equally important. Why? Because if you talk about the management of Tata Motor, they are very, what to say, keen, and they will be very much eager to see the reports only. Why? Because based on the reports only, they will be able to take the all this upcoming actions, decisions and all, right? So now 25 people involved in day-to-day transaction posting and remaining 25 people involved in report preparations. Okay, report could be anything. What should be the, what is the monthly sales, what is the quarterly sales, what is the half yearly sales, and various like customer aging reports. Various kind of reports are required, asked by management, and these people have to prepare and they have to produce, in the sense they have to provide. Now, so this is the scene right now. Now what will happen, guys? So this is what, like, total number of how many employees are required? 50 employees are required if Tata Motor is not using any ERP, in the sense any software. Now let's suppose if the Tata Motors started to, if they have decided to use a particular ERP, say for example SAP itself, what is the benefit, guys? Then the benefit is SAP says that if you are going to install our software, in the sense SAP software, in your organization, then you need only 25 employees. Only 25 employees are required. These 25, whichever involved in day-to-day transaction posting. So now what is happening, guys? Earlier they used to maintain all the transactions in physical registers. Now the same registers are going to be converted into digital registers. Digital means instead of maintaining all the transactions physically in multiple registers and all, now the same transactions are going to be recorded in SAP. So this is called a digital registers, right? So now 25 people, earlier also they used to record the registers in the physical, in the sense they used to record all the transactions in registers. These 25 people required to record the transactions in SAP also. What about remaining 25 people who involve in report preparations, guys? These people are not required. Why? Because SAP says that now the reports are going to be prepared automatically. Okay, because whichever transactions are going to be posted, that is treated as an input, and based on input, once the SAP got all the inputs, then output is going to be prepared automatically, and within a fraction of second, the management will be able to see various different kind of reports, various different kind of reports, because once you post the transactions, all the reports are getting updated automatically. This is what the benefit here. Earlier manually people used to prepare all the reports. Right now what is happening, guys? Once they have installed this SAP software, let's suppose in their organizations, then with the help of SAP, now no need to prepare this report manually. Automatically SAP is going to prepare this reports and all. So look at here, guys. I told about what here. I said about this ERP, right? ERP means like enterprise resource planning. So look at here. Now it's a software which helps an organization to do effective and optimum utilization of its resources. Optimum utilization of its resources means what? Look at here. Earlier 50 people involved in sales department itself. Right now only 25 people are going to be part of sales department. Remaining 25 people can be like Tata Motor is going to make use of those people in some different activities. They are going to assign some different activities. So look at here. Of course, there is optimum utilizations are going to happen, right? Now, even like we'll be having, if you take other examples, like let's suppose, say for example, like way back, if you talk about way back in the sense like 50 years back, 60 years back, in those days, if you talk about our banking systems, right? So in those days, the computers were not prevalent, guys, and if computers were not prevalent, it means like ERP was also not there, like it was quite new to the market, computers and all. So most of the, like let's suppose take example of this, as I quoted, like banking sector. So what is happening, guys? They used to manage all the transactions. Like there also they used to keep all the what to say. If you talk about the customer details and all, they are going to maintain the registers only, right? For every client, for every customers, they used to issue passbook. Now, say for example, you're a customer of a particular bank. You went to bank for certain transactions and you forgotten your passbook at your home itself. In those days, let's suppose. So what will happen? Let's suppose if you're going to request to the bank employee and all, so what will happen? Let's suppose they are going to allocate one employee that, okay, you just do one thing, kindly find out the details of this customer. Now how they are going to find out your details, guys? Now again they will ask some information. Okay, so you let me know in which year your account was open in this like branch. Then you are able to remember, okay, it was so and so year. So again, in that year also, since they have opened multiple accounts for multiple customers, so several registers are there, and every month like several uh, people are going to open their accounts, and also multiple registers will be there. So out of which again they will say like, are you able to remember in which month your account was open? So let's suppose he said like it might be May or June or July. So look at here, might be May, June, July. If he is saying May, June, July, it means like 3 months. Might be in 3 months they have maintained 4 registers or 5 registers. So how it is going to happen? One by one, he is going to find out the details in each and every registers. He has to search manually. There might be possibility that it may take 4 hours, it may take 5 hours, it may take 6 hours also to find out your details, right? Now what about right now? Every banks are using certain ERP, in the sense certain software, and let's suppose you need not to carry anything to your bank. Like if you visited your branch, and let's suppose if you are going to go to the help desk, wherever the help desk is there, like a receptionist is there, if you say it's like, if you're going to like let's suppose if you tell your name plus your PAN card, your PAN number, within a second they are going to, your details will be there on their computer screen, right? If you say your name plus your email ID also, they will find out all the details, right? Your name plus date of birth and your mobile number, right? Name plus your mobile number, only single. If you're going to give your, simply you're going to give your mobile number. So any small input is required, guys. With the help of this small input, within a second they are going to get all the details, right? How? With the help of this software, right? With the help of software, and these softwares are called ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Earlier, the same activity which used to take like let's suppose 6 hours, 7 hours, now the same activity is going to take, it is like they are going to find out your details within a fraction of second. So look at here how simple it is, right? Now if you talk about like what are the leading ERPs in the market, guys, of course we are having multiple ERPs, multiple softwares are there in the market. That is like SAP is the, of course, the highest market shareholder is SAP itself. Then we are having Oracle Finance, JD Edward, BAN, Epicor, PeopleSoft. Tally is also a small ERP, guys. We are having what to say, Navision is also uh, one small ERP. We are having QuickBook, and likewise several ERPs are there in the market, guys. But if you talk about the SAP, it's having like a huge market share. There is no one, like none of the competitors are there. There is no any competitions with the SAP. Why? Because like 60 to 70% of the market share is going to be like acquired by SAP itself. So these are the leading ERPs in the market, guys. Now here, if you talk about SAP, the SAP doesn't mean that we are going to learn entire SAP. It is going to be segregated in different modules. At broader level, these modules are going to be segregated in two parts. One is called functional module and second one is called technical module. What is the differences between functional and technical, guys? That you'll come to know in the upcoming sessions, because multiple topics are going to be explained, and during that automatically you guys will come to know about the differences and all. It's not possible to explain each and everything in a single session itself. Now let me show you certain like example here, like how many modules comes under functional module or how many modules comes under technical module. Few name I have quoted, not every what to say modules and all. So look at here under functional modules, like finance module, FI, CO stand for controlling, MM, middle management, SD, sales and distributions. Likewise, we are having HR module. Multiple other modules are also there which I have not specified here. That is like we are having PP module, QM module is there, PM module is there, right? In technical module like ABAP and basis, these are the very important module guys available. So these are the module which is there in SAP. So this is all about the introduction part guys. Now in the first session, in next session what will happen, I'll explain a topic called types of project. So like if you're planning to watch, if you're planning to buy the access of these videos and all, but before buying the access you must watch that video also. That is called like types of SAP project. Why it is required guys? Because most of you, I know that you guys are beginner, you are a student, you don't have much idea about this SAP and all, right? Multiple questions will be there in your mind, like what will happen, like let's suppose you learn this SAP. Once you become SAP consultant, once you become SAP FICO consultant, then what next, right? What kind of assignment you are going to get? What should be the nature of those assignments and all? If you talk about the assignment guys, assignment is called as a project. Let's suppose, so how many types of projects are there in SAP and what are the differences, right? So multiple things are there guys which will be there, in your mind and all. So in next session I'm going to explain. I'll give a very simple what to say explanations with a simple example, and I'll try to explain these things. So in next session I'm going to explain the types of SAP projects. So that's all in this session guys. Thanks for watching.